What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a review on the newest Maze Runner film, The Death Cure. Now I did a storyline explain video for the first two movies, and it did really well. I think it's my most popular video so far on my channel, so thank you for that. I mean, it wasn't very well received by a lot of people because I got some of the facts wrong, and people were angry that I'd never heard of the book series. But I'm sorry about that. But now I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Today we're going to be doing a review. So let me talk about like what I liked about it and stuff. So basically, starting off, I want to say this movie was actually a really good ending to the saga, because obviously, as most of you know, it's obvious they're not going to make another movie because there's only, if I'm correct, I think there's only 3 books in the series, which means that there's only 3 movies currently, which means that there's no more movies coming out. I think it was a really good end to the movie. There's a lot of really sad bits that I wish hadn't have happened, but it gives it a better effect. Thinking about it, it makes it like, what can you say, more dramatic? It makes it more dramatic, I guess. So, of course, I feel bad for a lot of things as well. But basically, there are a lot of parts that are a bit cliche, like, oh my god, we're gonna die because we're being surrounded by a load of, like, creatures, and then suddenly, oh my god, we just got saved by someone hiding in the bushes, or, oh my god, someone just fell from the ceiling and then just saved us. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of moments where it was obvious that someone was going to die or something, but then suddenly they were saved at like the last second. So yeah, no, it was getting to the point where I was like, someone's going to get saved here, or someone's going to pop out of the bush here, or, you know what I mean? There was always something in the way of something happening, but I think it was alright most of the time. So of course, a lot of people were really confused about the new storyline for The Death Cure, because it was actually very confusing at the beginning if you hadn't read the books. But essentially, they tried to break back into the city to rescue Mino, which was, I'm just going to say it now, it was the Asian guy, because a lot of people were asking who the hell's Mino. Mino is the Asian guy, in case you guys are wondering. So they were trying to save Mino, of course, and it's good that they did, because Mino was one of the coolest characters. He was one of the runners from the first film, along with Thomas. And of course, getting in there wasn't going to be hard. But I just want to quickly say, for any of you, the rest of this video will contain spoilers, so I suggest that you go off if you don't want to hearing spoilers. Just saying. So of course, they had to break back in, breaking back into the building that Mino was being kept in, because pretty much they were doing tests on people. They figured out that they thought they had I can't even say it anymore. They thought they had found a cure for this disease, and so what they did was they started testing the cure out on people. It failed many times. There are a lot of spasm clips where people are like, you know, going out of control because the cure didn't work. But Mino was one of the most immune people there was. Literally, Mino was really immune to like all the the pathogens in his body were rejecting the virus really, really, really easily. So that's why he was like special, like compared to the other people. So essentially, they had to break back into the building. How are they going to get into the building? Right, so I'll explain this in the way that is easier for me to understand. So basically, of course, at the end of the first movie, we all presumed that Gally had died as he took a spear through the heart, apparently. So basically, Gally returns. Like, literally, they were trying to break through the wall, and Gally returns, finds a friend that helps them go through the sewer system into the city. Now, Teresa was originally one of their friends, but because she thought that she was going to die, or she wouldn't be able to make it on her own with them guys, or she thought she wouldn't survive, she betrayed them, and she decided to join the bad side. And she didn't just betray them, it was really morally wrong what she did. What they did was they got some revenge. They used her to get into the building. They dressed up as guards, and they went in the building, and they got her to put her fingerprints on all the doors to let them in. And I guess once they got in, it was like they rescued Mino, and it was a pretty weird showdown. There was a lot of really awesome moments and stuff. Like I said, there was a lot of cliche moments where, like, you know, they would have died, but then they were like, oh my god, we were saved by this kind of thing. So there was a lot of those kind of moments. Sorry, a little cough there. And basically, I think genuinely it was a really, really good end to the movie, like, or just, you know, the series. So of course, I'm going to be talking about some of the deaths that happened now. Now, you can't end a series without killing off some of the main characters, of course. So we're going to talk about this. One of the really things that was really annoyed me, I was really hoping they weren't going to do it, but they did do it. I saw a lot of fan fictions about this, and I saw a lot of fake trailers regarding this particular incident. But Newt does die. I did warn you for spoilers at the beginning of the video, so I suggest that you don't blame me for that. Basically, Newt does die. Turns out Newt was infected the whole time, and Newt was not actually immune, because they thought Newt was immune because he was in the maze, but turns out Newt wasn't immune. They were just testing whether he was immune. And of course, Newt turns bad and tries to attack Thomas, and then Newt stabs himself with a knife. He kills himself, and it's horrible, because Newt was such a cool character. He was like one of the fangirl favourites kind of thing. Do you know, you had the fangirls that loved that one character? Yeah, I think Newt was that one character. And it's just, I feel bad. He was one of the coolest characters and stuff. Of course, Teresa, they saved Mino, and when they tried to get back out of the city again, they also saved a load of other people that got captured, so that's good as well. But when I talk about cliche, I mean there was a bit where they were stuck in a tour bus and they were surrounded by police. Someone was manning a crane. The crane picked up the tour bus and brung it over the wall. I mean, there's just a lot of things that happened that you would be like, well, that's not going to happen in real life, is it? But it doesn't matter, because it was still an absolutely incredible movie. I just keep coughing today. I don't know why. I think it's early in the morning. Basically, Teresa does also die. Teresa tries to get on the plane right at the end, but she couldn't make the jump, and the building collapsed because all the buildings started collapsing. The main guy, I can't. It sounds really bad that I can't remember his name. All right, I'm not professional on this particular subject. The guy who was in charge of Wicked, the evil guy who like everyone hated from. He originated from the Scorch trials. He was the guy that he was the owner of the Carrier facility, but pretty much he actually did die because he was infected and he was trying to steal the cure from Teresa, the one that they were going to give to Newt before he died. Newt, and pretty much he was attacked by obviously the infected people, and they got out the building, and obviously Teresa passed away. She didn't pass away; she was killed. That's the bad part about it. So of course that obviously wasn't great, was it? And eventually, because Thomas actually got shot just before Teresa had died. Thomas got shot like around like the abdomen kind of, and Thomas passed out, and a lot of people thought he was dead. So they put like a lot of people thought he was either dead or just really unconscious. So they put him on he woke up on the beach in a little hut. He walked outside the hut to see this absolutely amazing beach. It was a community of people that were building huts. They were building like loads of deck chairs and decking and stuff, and it was kind of like a small mini paradise. It was a really beautiful beach, and he was greeted by all the people that were there before he woke up, and they told him, "Welcome to paradise." You know, he said, they celebrated around the campfire later in the evening and talked about how they had lost a lot of people on the way, and it was a very sad tragedy. So what they did is they got a giant rock and they carved all of the people's names that died onto that rock. And it was really, really nice seeing. They put all the names of people that died. But before Newt died, he gave Thomas a scroll, and the scroll had a letter on it. 2 pages, just two pages of lettering. So Thomas read the letter, and it was a really nice note with Newt's voice over it, and it talked about how Thomas was a really good leader, and that he would always follow Thomas anywhere, and that he always liked him and stuff, and he'll always be there. And it was sad, you know. I think did Tasha start crying? I think my friend Tasha started crying. I don't even know. And it was genuinely a really sad moment. I felt really bad, you know. But it was a really sweet moment, and of course from that point onwards they were just on the beach, and that was it. They were on the beach, and it was their paradise, because it was genuinely like a paradise. So anyway, that was I explained the storyline as well. I just realised that I can't explain the storyline as well on this video, so I might have to call it that as well. But it's like, I thought this movie was really awesome. I love every single Maze Runner film that they've ever created. The funny thing was, I watched the second movie before the first one, but I still completely understand the storyline. I've watched all of them now and everything. So Anyway, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I absolutely enjoyed the hell out of making this video because it means a lot to me to go and see this movie. I've been waiting since 2016 to see this movie, you know. So for me to finally be able to see it is awesome, you know. I saw The Maze Runner before I even started my YouTube channel, you know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully The Maze Runner will return one day. I don't know if it will because I feel like if they did make another movie, it would probably ruin it now. So I guess that's probably it when you think about it. The Maze Runner is definitely one of the best series I've ever watched in terms of like a movie saga. And yeah, bada bing.